The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
にゃんち
そうだ。
テレビ
つけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメ
よりによって。
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
ワクワク
Here we go! Mucha lucha, mucha lucha. It's the way of life.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
The Grifter Zone.
Good mom!
Oh, you found your moo.
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. Hypno. How is it my fault? What? The bracket gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
Nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say?
people are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on. But that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
Jealous. Fuck yeah. Been knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah.
On the other end of the spectrum, yes.
Okay.
I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cuck meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends?
Titty
Did your social
sprinkles.
credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, flak jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter
I breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
pro-black Twitter hoes.
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
I'm tired of you! Drops, retard. Robocock.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys. We are live. We are live. We are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, you got to bring it in close. Let's go. Bring it in close. Bring it in awkwardly close as you possibly can. Damn near touching lips. Damn near touching noses. Get in here right now. Hurry up, man. Why haven't you liked the stream yet? What's wrong with you? Get in here. Get in here and listen very close. Listen, if you touch the fucking pumpkin, I see some of you trying to like hide the touching of the pumpkin by like, hugging and shit. I see you. I see you touching the pumpkin while you're pretending to hug. I see you. Do not touch the pumpkin. Seriously. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Are you listening? Listen very closely. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. Like it. Like it. If you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else, you are not going to see our brand new Goth Girl clip. Just kidding. With the ginger clip. I got you, didn't I? I got you. You thought it was another Goth Girl clip? Oh, no. We got gingers, boys. Anyway, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today? Guys, we got a lot we got to talk about, man. There's a lot going on. A lot going on. The journalists are threatening another boycott, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, to be honest with you, I'm kind of hoping it happens. I'm kind of hoping that whatever boycott they're threatening actually goes through. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But what else are we checking, boys? Jiggle physics check? Okay, fair enough. Goth chick is awesome check. Nice, nice. Check Husan is cook check. Okay, fair enough. Ginger's check. Goth girl check. AI girls check. Extra crispy baked chicken wings check. Nice, nice. You really like chicken wings. You like it. Pumpkins are life check. Says blue pumpkin pussy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Testicular fortitude check. Let's go. Let's go. Boycotting Hassan check. Asshole check. Rainy day check. Ayane from Ninja Gaiden 4's hot check. Back grabber check. Peace in the Middle East finally check. Ha, good luck with that. First Amendment check. Tig old biddies check. Almost done building a new deck check. Nice. Old man cad with pumpkin check. Fucking bastard. Why is he doing that? Chipotle check. Nice. His boycott from journalist check. Facial check. Watch the new 1-800-DANKY vid check. What else? Sardine check. Sonia in goth bikini check. Dead or alive Ayane check. Moan JT check. Prostate check. Pumpkin is pregnant. Wait, what? 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 Why is the pumpkin pregnant? Why is the what? That just blew my mind. What the fuck? Okay, well that's where we're gonna end. That's where we're gonna end. Our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Like the stream. Why is it pregnant? Why is it pregnant? Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now. Aside from former Kotaku journalists, black samurais that unfortunately do exist at one point but no longer do, and people that apparently get pumpkins pregnant. What the fuck? We got Time Bound Howler. We got D-Mag, the Madman Mars, Mr. Melancholy, Raven Rainfall, Antran, Faye, Monkey Man 04, Marty Tiberius O'Donnell, Ron DFK, John D. We got, who else is here? Crash Collins on Rumble, Derek Smith, Ranma 1013, Chaotic Holy, Luck E, Blue Pumpkin Pussy, Christopher Lloyd, Odra MH, Felstaff, Nico. We got Sleeping Nova, Regular Guy, Torinol over on Rumble, Codex Pop, Rune with the Power of the Monkey, Deku Leader, Big D, Jeremy U Reviews. We got Jimmy Collins, The Voice in the Water, Commander Sonok, Melody Johnson, Ali Kusanagi, Nick Havoc, P Drake 10, Radio Chimp, Lucifer Morningwood, Vicious with the evil emojis. Carlos Cow. We got Inferno Hell Knight. Low KZ420 on Rumble. Joe Darkness. Oliver Adam. Panda Abomination. Fucking guy, man, I swear. Clipachu. Dragon Defender. Christopher Lloyd. Joel Jimenez. Goonerven. Son of Mr. Vengeance. King Demon Wing. Blanca. Dragon Hans. Frenchie07. Anti-Federalist Pain over on Rumble. Gamer Nurse Gale. Ken Clippy. Beautiful Zexel. Little Miss Hypnotic. Panda Pumpkin Paperclip. Alucard. Genetic Spore on Rumble. We got Archangelus. We got Mookie Dookie over on Rumble. We got Taffy M. We got Dwayne. We got, who else is here? Yamato85. We got Doodoo Brownies. We got Christopher Lloyd. Zero is Barry Dixon Butts. We got John D. Burt Dag. Old Man Cad. Sirloins. What's up, Sirloins? Blood Corpse Gamer. Grooves Games. Mystic Vegeta. Ranma 1013. All right, 4 more people, boys. 4 more people. Then we're going to get on with the show, man. We got a lot we got to go over. John Bond Zombie. Angmar WK. David Chen. Magdi. We got Roll Some Joint. We got, who else is here? David Chen. We got, let me scroll down. Joel Jimenez says Horny Pumpkins Club. Oh my God. Crackalack 74. Tabby Penguin. We got Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. What's up, man? We got Nathan 260575 with the lurking. We got David 3X Anime with the fire emojis. And last but not least, we got Archangelus. We got Deku Leader. Smash JT was live before you. Fuck Smash JT. No, I'm just kidding. We got, scroll down. We got Faye. And we got, who's the last person? Let's see, before the money shot. It's going to be more dots, more dots, more dots. All right, guys, I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member, and let's see who is going to get tonight's massive money shot today. Who is it going to be, man? Who is it going to be? We got Creepier07 starting us off with a pumpkin combo breaker, pumping that pumpkin like Dig Dug. That pumpkin gonna explode. Think fast. Times 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lionheart said, nope, combo breaker to go down. HK into LK. By 3. No dodge, no parry. You just ate RSJ special pumpkin pie. Ultra KO. 1, 2, 3. He did it to himself. 1, 2, 3. Democulus says, no evil motives. Only pure hearts. Aw. Knights Templar destroys all defenses of the corrupt. To go down times 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Holy shit.
Ali Kusa fucking Nagi, man. Ali Kusanagi putting out his fucking coffee cup. He's like, excuse me, sir. I know I'm supposed to be protecting my booty hole right now, but can you please fill my cup? My God, man. Literally asking for cream for his coffee. That is insanity. Insanity, man. Congratulations to Ali Kusanagi. You are the recipients of the money shot today.
What the?
Keep telling you, man. The coffee's dangerous. You got to stay away from the coffee. All right, guys, listen. Shout out to everybody again for hanging out with us today. We got a lot we got to go over. All right, the number one main topic of the evening is going to be talking about journalist Cope, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we have a fantastic story today going over an article from Game Rant about how they are essentially demanding Hogwarts Legacy 2 to be different than the first one. Otherwise, they should be fearful of another boycott. Yes, Hogwarts Legacy, the video game that is $1 billion franchise, the game that sold over 30 million copies, should be fearful of a boycott from the journos and their advocates. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's a thing, apparently. So we got to talk about that. because it's hilarious. That's going to be the main topic. And then, of course, we are going to go over, apparently it's a brand new fighting game. I didn't even know there was a fighting game for Avatar The Last Airbender. I saw the trailer, a little bit of it on Twitter, and I was like, let me just watch the whole thing. So we're going to watch the whole thing today and take a look at it. We're also going to take a look at Microsoft that officially had to make a statement. Because if you guys remember on the last stream, we were talking about how apparently Microsoft product is being pulled out of Targets and Walmarts. And we said, you know, we take it with a grain of salt. It hasn't been confirmed yet. And there's been a whole bunch of videos and pictures going around, and they obviously could be faked for all we know. We're going to take a look and see what Microsoft had to say about all this, because they did say something. We got some Randy Pitchford news. We got Pokemon leaks. Apparently, a bunch of Pokemon information has officially been leaked, which I'm not surprised, considering there was rumors of Nintendo just recently getting hacked. And apparently, people are not happy with what is going on with Pokemon. People are playing new Pokemon games early. There is apparently Black Nurse Joys now or something along those lines. There's a whole bunch of nonsense going on that people are talking about regards to Pokemon. So we're going to talk about that. And we got some other fast news that we're going to touch on as well. So we are going to get into the number one segment on YouTube, the number one segment on Rumble, the number one segment all around the galaxy. This segment is none other as the retard of the day, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to cover a retard of the day. We have to, boys. Come on, we have to. We absolutely have to. I'm sorry. We have to.
And here we are. The fate of the planet is in the hands of a bunch of retards I wouldn't trust with a potato gun.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. It's the retard of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, the retard of the day is going to go to none other than the one and the only legendary Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. That's right. The retard of the day goes to none other than Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we talk about why Pokemon is the retard of the day, okay? Before we talk about why she's the retard of the day, we are going to bring up the reason why everybody's talking about Pokemon right now. So apparently, Pokemon has a podcast or something along the lines. Again, I don't know because I don't watch this girl's stuff. But apparently she has a podcast with some other people. And I think that they filmed an episode with Hassan, apparently. Hey, shout out to Smash JT for the raid. Shout out to Smash JT for the raid. I appreciate you, man. Apparently Pokemon has a podcast that she was going to feature Hassan on an episode. They've already filmed this episode. And apparently the episode was going to go live today. Or yesterday or whatever. So I think it was today. And apparently her team put out an update, okay? Her team put out an update that says the following. Small update. Hey, taste buds. Ew, imagine calling your fans taste buds. I'm going to call you guys money shotters now. This is a tough one to write, but we wanted to give you all a heads up that we're unfortunately going to be missing our first scheduled Saturday video tomorrow. We've been watching the recent drama unfolding concerning our guests, and it's been getting intense. We had a serious talk as a crew, and we all agreed that it did not feel right uploading tomorrow's episode about at this moment in time. Our community is our favorite thing, and the reason we do this is to create a space that is comfy, as always, and a true escape. We do not want to impact the cozy atmosphere that we've all built together. Thanks for always supporting our vision for a fun, positive place to hang out. See you all next week. Sweet and sour staff. Right? So, with all this being said, okay, with all this being said, I think this is the smart move, right? Considering that there is a lot of drama surrounding Hassan right now. It's probably not the smartest thing to upload a video featuring a podcast showing you being buddy-buddy with somebody who shocks their dog for fun, right? Like, this is not something that you would probably want to do. And I feel like the team did a smart move here with potentially holding back right now, right? I feel like that's a smart thing to do. Anyway, so considering that's a smart thing to do, what happens when something is done that is smart? Well, you have to have a retard come in and fuck it all up. And that's exactly what Pokemon decided to do, because Pokemon, in all her selfish glory, decided to throw her team under the bus and basically turned them into human sacrifices, all for everybody to see publicly on Twitter. So we're going to read Pokemon's statement that is readily available, even though Pokemon still to this day, for some reason, has decided to block me, which I find to be extremely legendary. Anyway, this episode was supposed to air as usual, but the staff refused to upload it out of fear that it would cause drama, and also posted this statement without my approval. Oh no. Oh no, your staff decided to do something smart because they knew that you would be too fucking retarded to look at it from any actual objective point of view and say, hey, this is probably a bad idea. Sorry, guys, we'll talk about everything on this week's episode and go on a hiatus afterwards to restructure. So let me get this straight. Pokimane decided to want to upload the episode anyway because she knew what it would do for her from a clout perspective, right? This woman is deciding to chase the clout and basically bend the knee to Hassan over her own team doing the right thing. So what she's going to do is she's going to fire everybody that made that decision without telling her, and she's going to fill it with a bunch of yes people who are going to do whatever the fuck she says, regardless of whether or not it's a good look. She's going to fire everybody and upload the episode because she'd rather stay true to Hassan than defend a helpless animal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is next level fucking retardation. And when I saw this, I thought to myself, I was like, wow, you know, we have seen retards of the day, and then we've seen Pokimane. This is definitely someone who wants to make it all about her. I can't believe she even managed to pull that off, considering the situation. And she's literally about to fire her whole team because they wouldn't upload an episode that featured Hassan. It's unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, they always eat their own. So congratulations to Pokimane. You are the I still can't believe this is a thing. I remember I discovered this like a year and a half ago. I was like, wow, that is that's pretty epic. You are the retard of the day. What'd she say before? If you're a broke boy, just say so. Well, I guess if you're an animal abuser, just say so. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the #1 segment on YouTube, the #1 segment on Rumble, the #1 segment all around the galaxy. This segment is none other than the pre-stream legend.
Money, print money, cash, money, wealth, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, wealth, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
All right, we got ourselves the pre-stream legends, ladies and gentlemen, and keep in mind, we have added another round of ladies to the stream. So the next $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger that we get will have their choice to summon either Japanese goth girls, blonde girls, or now the brand new gingers to the stream. The choice is yours. If you do a Red Boy Hyperbanger, please let me know which one you want so I know what to play. Okay? Sphinx says, please stop. Sphinx says, please stop. All right. All right, guys, we're going to stop. I'm going to stop. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I appreciate it, man.
Got another donation. Add it to the total. Sigh.
We got Dragon Master for 13 months. Says toss a coin to your Hypno Valley of Plenty. Whoa, toss a coin to your Hypno, oh bane on humanity. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Shout out to Dragon Master for 13 months of legendary status. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, man. We got Mr. Melancholy with a 2, says game journals equals paper tigers or wannabe e-thugs. Fair enough. Fair enough. BioT Wolf, a 19 with a 5. What do you call a zombie making stir fry? Dead man Wok King. Dead man Wok King is absolutely insane. That's absolutely insane. I'm just gonna leave it at that. King Demon Wing with a 5 membership banger. Shout out to King Demon Wing.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
And considering that is the first membership banger of the stream, you already know what that means. Shout out to King Demon Wing dropping the 5 membership banger. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Monkey Man 04 with a 5. Mariners just went up 2-0 in the ALCS. Let's fucking go. I've often heard that icy is the easiest word to spell. Looking at it now, I see why. Oh, I see what you did there. I see. I try to correct it for you, only to realize that's exactly the joke. Oh, I see what you did there. Barry Stroud, what if I says what sounds like a sneeze and it's made of leather? A shoe. Thank you, Barry Stroud. Speedy Cake with a 10 says, seems like more and more games are afraid of Battlefield 6. As on PS5, I saw a news thing regarding the Hitman 007 game where pre-orders of regular editions are granted the deluxe edition instead. Maybe. I don't know why 007 will be scared of Battlefield, though, to be honest with you. Personally, but maybe. Thank you for the 10, brother. Sir Loins with 3 months with the pumpkin emoji is pregnant. Nice. Thank you, Sir Loins. Raptor Kratos with a 2 says, I'm here to jack it. Nice. That's a lot of information. I will say it's a lot easier to pull that off, though, if we could summon some fucking gingers to the stream. So we'll see how that goes. Ali Kusanagi gifting a membership. Thank you, Ali Kusanagi. I appreciate that. Mr. Melancholy with a 5. Never liked Pokemon, especially when she tried to take It's a Gundam sponsorship away for making fun of her simps. She's foul. Oh, she's definitely foul. It's pretty obvious that the whole world's got to revolve around her. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is the person who spends over $25,000 a month on Uber Eats. Okay? Like, do we understand, like, when we talk about retardation, do we understand, like, the level of retardation we are reaching here? Over $25,000 a month on Uber Eats for her and her team. Okay? So keep that in mind. Sergeant Sapien gives 1 hypnotic membership. Shout out to Sergeant Sapien. I appreciate that. And then last but not least on YouTube, we got Raptor Kratos with a 2 says, blame Smash JT. I mean, we can always blame Smash JT for everything. That's fine. That's fine. Shout out to Raptor Kratos. Thank you so much for the 2. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to move over to Rumble. YouTube's done. We got Torinol with a 5 on Rumble says, the way Hypno obsesses over the pumpkin. You would think he was Charlie Brown waiting for the great pumpkin. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Then we got Anti-Federalist Pain with $1. YouTube stop. YouTube stop doing bad things to the pumpkins. Side note, Google Pay works. Oh, nice. Nice. There you go. Adam Juman with $1. Going to go touch my wife's pumpkins with my broomstick. That is a lot of information. I don't think we needed that information, but I appreciate it nonetheless. All right, boys, we are fully caught up everywhere. Thank you guys so much for the insane pre-stream legend support. We're at 509 people watching with only 149 likes, which means we have almost 400 hate watchers, or like over 350. We have over 350 hate watchers. That's absolutely insane. Are all of you this
Fuck,
person?
you got another donation. Add it to the total. Sigh.
Like the stream. Like it. It's easy. It's 1, 2, 3. Thank you again for the pre-stream support as we are trying to get, if we're lucky, to 471 tier 1s in a row and 160. Today will be the 160 tier 2s in a row if we get lucky. If we get lucky. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let's X this out and let's begin the content, ladies and gentlemen. First things first. All right, we already covered the Pokemon thing. Let's watch a funny video. I don't know if you guys saw this video, but I figured I got to share it because it's absolutely fucking hilarious. Not that one. This one. There we go. There we go. So I don't know if you guys saw, but Donald Trump. I'm not even going to give you the context. I'm just going to play.
United Kingdom. Where's United Kingdom? Where's my friend? Where? Come here. Is everything going good? Very good. That's very nice of you here. These people all came in like 20-minute notice, and I think it's fantastic. And we have so many others, and just so many others.
Look at his face. You look stupid. What, you thought you were going to be able to talk? You thought he was calling you to talk? Oh, my God. Look at her. She's like, oh, he fell for it. That's bad. This one was laughing at him. Now he looks pissy as fuck. He was smiling just before. Look at him. He's like, yes, I'm UK. Yes, I am the one who is doing digital ID. Hail UK, you know? He really thought he was going to be the one. He was like, yes, I am the chosen one. Yes, I go speak now? No? Okay. And then I go back. Oh, my God, dude, this is amazing. This is incredible. I saw this video. I just had to share it with you because it was fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. All right, let's move on from this. Let's talk Pokemon. All right, let's talk Pokemon. Yeah, he absolutely did it on purpose. Of course he did. Let's talk Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen. So, looking at Pokemon, check this out, boys. So, some of the information that leaked, right? It's all over the place. Just give me some time. We got one by one we're gonna go through. So, one of the bits of information that leaked that I found to be very interesting was supposedly the budget for Pokemon Legends ZA and Pokemon Gen 10. Okay, now this is part of the leaked information from, I'm assuming, the hack. Okay, I'm assuming the hack. So it says Pokemon Legends ZA, 2 billion yen, which is approximately $13 million. Pokemon Gen 10, 3 billion yen, which is approximately $20 million. Now, when I saw these numbers, the first thing that came into my mind was, oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, right? Because quite frankly, the Pokemon games have changed very little in the terms of like innovation, right? Sure, we have gotten slightly better graphics, right? It's gone from the pixelated 2D graphics to now the 3D graphics. Sure, I'll give you that. Not that they're like anything amazing or insane in terms of graphical fidelity, but you know, it's still 3D. But at the end of the day, you can clearly see that the Pokemon games have just been running on the minimal effort possible, right? The minimal effort possible in order to produce maximum profit. So now when I see that Nintendo is one of the richest companies in the world, I think to myself, I'm like, gee, how is that possible, right? And then I see these budgets and I realize, oh, that's why. These motherfuckers don't spend money on anything, right? They don't spend money on anything. $20 million for a brand new Pokemon game. I mean, it's going to make $20 million in the first like half a day. You know what I'm saying? So this is why Nintendo is so fucking filthy rich. And don't get me wrong, man, it's smart business. I always tell people that Nintendo absolutely, when it comes to business, they are not stupid, right? They are smart. Sure, they make some very, very questionable decisions and they basically sue everybody. But other studios need to be lowering their budgets. We talk about this all the time. There's no reason why a gaming studio should be, you know, costing like. There's no reason Spider-Man should be costing $300 million. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, you cannot compare Spider-Man to Pokemon in terms of what's in the game and in terms of graphical fidelity. I get that. But holy shit, man, it is night and day when we're talking about budgets. So for Pokemon to have a $20 million budget for a brand new Pokemon game, I think it's safe to say that they're going to make disgusting money. This is why they make disgusting money, because they're a global powerhouse, but it costs them barely anything to do it. Right? So with that being said, let's switch over to one of the other bits of information. So people have been sharing this photo around on X right now. Finally, we are getting different aspects for Nurse Joy in Pokemon Legends ZNA. Now, if this is Nurse Joy, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I'm not a Pokemon aficionado. I'm not a Pokemon aficionado, okay? Like, I have the Pokemon manga. I've read pretty much almost all of them. So correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't it explained that Nurse Joy, they all look identical for a reason? Wasn't it explained like canonically they're all part of like this massive big family that they're essentially, you know, they're all like cousins, sisters, whatever. Like, aren't they all like, this is the reason why they all look the same, right? Like, and I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, obviously we all know that they designed the Nurse Joys and the officers to look the same because of budgetary constraints. They're also very cheap. We all know that. But at least they tried to canonically explain it in the story, only for them to backtrack. And now we got Nurse Joy blackface. Is this Nurse Joy blackface now? Like, what is going on here? So are we throwing away that explanation? Are we throwing away? I mean, listen, just at least be honest. Tell me, are we throwing it away? I mean, it's uncanny. The resemblance is uncanny. I mean, they look identical, right? I mean, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, are we just throwing this away? And again, you're gonna have people disingenuously represented. They be like, you just hate black people, bro. Shut the fuck up. Like, I just want to know from a lore perspective, are we just throwing that away? That explanation only ever applied to the anime. Okay, so was it not a way to tie it to the games, though? Didn't they say they did that to tie it to the games? I specifically remember in an interview where they were saying that the reason why they made it all the same is to, number one, tie it to the games, and number two, to explain why they look the same all across the board, right? So if it's a way to tie it into the games, then surely you can use that as a means to explain why they all look the same in the game as well. Now, we know why from a design standpoint, why they all look the same. If I remember correctly, Nintendo said that they made all the Nurse Joys look the same and whatnot because they wanted players to understand the level of safety that came with seeing Nurse Joy. They wanted them to understand that this is, okay, you're at the Pokemon Center, you are at a safe place, this is where you do XYZ. Like, it's kind of like a pattern recognition thing. But yeah, I just find this to be a little bit strange. That's all. I just find it to be a little bit strange. And it just sticks out. You know what I mean? It sticks out, right? Nobody would fucking care if you added black NPCs everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? But you chose the one NPC that is meant to look the same. Or fairly the same. You chose Nurse Joy to race swap, but you know, whatever. Anyway, again, I'm not a Pokemon aficionado, so at the end of the day, they want to do this. This is Nintendo of America. Maybe they did it. Who knows? I don't really know. But they're choosing to do this. So, hey, props to Nintendo. It's going to work out for you. Your budgets are so low, you'll make millions of dollars anyway. Who fucking cares at this point? I look at this as Nurse Joy doing blackface, which I'm surprised nobody else doesn't look at it that way. Actually, I'm not going to say nobody else doesn't because a lot of Twitter does. So, Yamato says they wanted a DEI Pokemon. I mean, I guess, but it literally just looks like blackface Nurse Joy. You even kept the hairstyle the same. I just realized that you even kept the hairstyle the same. At least change the fucking hair, bro. Change the hair so it's so not like blatantly obvious that all you did was add a tan to Nurse Joy. That just change the fucking hair. Call her something different. Give her a different name. I don't know. I can't wait. Is there does anybody know who watches the anime? Because again, I don't watch the anime. Does anybody know if there's a black nurse in any of the animes? Does anybody know that? Is there a black nurse in any? I'm gonna look that up. Is there a black nurse in Pokemon anime? I'm out of curiosity. No, there is no black nurse in the Pokemon anime. The recurring character Nurse Joy is always depicted with pink hair and a consistent pale complexion, although there have been various voice actresses for the character. The character Nurse Joy is a recurring role appearing in various forms throughout the anime, video games, and manga. Whoops. Oh, there you go. There you go. People are losing their minds on Reddit. They're like, Black Nurse Joy confirmed. Oh my God, confirmed. Yes, I can finally see myself in the video game that I've been playing for 20 plus years without seeing myself. But now I can finally see myself. Oh my God, this is amazing. The diversity is overflowing me right now. Anyway, because you already know that's going to happen, right? You're going to have a whole bunch of people on X talking about how they could finally see themselves in the game that they've been playing for decades. Right? Clearly it never mattered before. But now all of a sudden it's gonna suddenly matter. Let me see. Let's see what the comments look like. First comment. Will she have a chance of stealing my How is that the first comment? Bro, come on. Come on. How is this the first comment, bro? Come on, bro. You got to be kidding me. You didn't even give me a chance. You didn't even give... I have to like it. I have to like it. It is what it is. I have to like it. That's the first fucking comment, bro. You didn't even give me a chance. What do we got? I fucking hate liberals with so much passion. Fair enough. Not even Brock would acknowledge her as a joy. That's what I'm saying, bro. Look, this is a running gag, right? Nurse Joy's all being the same as a running gag. There's even a conspiracy that the Nurse Joys and the officers are basically like either aliens or Pokemon themselves, right? There's like a whole conspiracy about that because the Nurse Joys, they basically act like Pokemon. When Pokemon procreate, they all look the same, with the exception of certain differences in gender, but that's few and far between. But they all look the same, right? So like there's a whole conspiracy about how Nurse Joy is like either an experiment or an alien race or a Pokemon that has gained human intelligence and they're able to like replicate to this manner and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But now you just breaking all that shit, man. You breaking all that shit with this Black Nurse Joy. You just said fuck it. We don't care. We don't care. The fuck you mean by finally? No one ever wanted this. It's Nurse LaQuisha. Oh my God. What is going on in these comments, bro? What is going on in these comments, bro? A black man said this according to his profile picture. What is going on here, bro? Bro, is that a criminal pretending to... Bro! Is that a criminal pretending to be a nurse? Oh my God, bro. We know that canonically all Nurse Joys are the same. This implies that the Nurse Joy on the left is engaging in blackface. I agree. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now, right? So like everybody knows the Nurse Joys all look the same. That's the joke. That's the joke, right? So the moment you put in a black... The fuck? What the fuck is this?
Holy shit.
The moment they put in a blackface Nurse Joy, that's the first thing I'm thinking. I'm thinking Nurse Joy is wearing blackface. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking this is magically a black character. Like, nah, bro, this is Nurse Joy. Bro, is the black one qualified or is she another DEI hire? There is no black Nurse Joy. Digital blackface. That's literally what this is. How am I can't be the only one that's thinking this. I can't. She stole my Pokemon instead of healing them. The dark one looks more devious. Oh my God. I mean, why couldn't they just have gave us a different nurse, not even tied to? But that's where I'm at, bro. Again, it looks like another black person saying this. Oh, he follows me. Izzy Crow follows me. Bro, I'm right there with you, Izzy. Why can't we have a different nurse? Why did you have to make it Nurse Joy? It is a running gag it's the same thing for fucking decades. There is no reason for you to do this with Nurse Joy. Literally zero. You're doing this because you want to add a black character that already has built-in prominent clout. That's what you want. You don't want to build a new nurse because nobody's going to care about the nurse. You want to be able to say, this is Nurse Joy now. She's black now, or she could be black now. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. So the Pokemon Center takes EBT now. Oh my God. No. The Pokemon Center takes EBT now. Now I have to like this. I have to like it. It is what it is. I don't know. It's kind of undermines the running gag of them all looking the same. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. It does. And even if you're like a casual Pokemon fan, you would understand that it is it's a thing. It's a running gag, right? Fenrir says, who cares? Who cares about what? This? The nurse Joy being black thing? Who cares about this? Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to reiterate. The Muslims are taking over France. Why is Nurse Joy wearing blackface? I don't know. Who cares what color she is? Oh, well, I mean, clearly the people who decided to change it after decades, right? So like the people who care are the ones who changed it. So you can't say like who cares what color she is when the people. This has been a running thing for decades. Nurse Joy has looked the exact same for decades. So the people who care are the people who changed it, right? And then people who like Nurse Joy the way she is and have liked Nurse Joy the way she has been for decades are now suddenly forced to somehow accept that the lore has been completely changed. How now the running gag is over, all because why? Somebody got offended? Or somebody needed to see themselves or something like that? Like it just, if it doesn't matter, then why change it? There's not a single, I'm telling you right now, there is not a single person in this world that has ever once complained about what skin color Nurse Joy was. There is not a single person that has ever actually complained about the color of Nurse Joy. Nurse Joy has always been what Nurse Joy has been, which means that now they're coming after Officer as well. They're coming after Officer Jenny as well. 100%. They're going to turn Officer Jenny into a black female cop at some point in time, if they haven't already. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, all I'm saying is I'm speaking from two different aspects, okay? Number one, this is so fucking lazy, okay? This is unbelievably lazy. I'm sorry. It just is. It just is. She looks the same, right? Same hairstyle, same everything, but the skin color's different. She's gonna look like a fucking pimple in the crowd. When you are surrounded by a bunch of joys, you're gonna be the one pimple in the crowd. This is literally DEI in its most obvious forms, where it's lazy. There's no thought behind it. There's no attempt to try to make a new character. Like literally nothing. It's just, hey, palette swap this and put some different eyes on it, but keep everything else the same. And people will celebrate this. People will celebrate this as literal success for diversity, equity, and inclusion. When there was no thought put behind it, they actually don't give a fuck. And they're willing to ruin a decades-long gag that has actual lore tied to it in the anime. They're willing to throw it all away just so that people can pretend to care about this on Twitter. Because that's really where it's going to go. People are going to take this and they're going to pretend as if this is a life-changing moment, right? On Twitter and on Reddit, this is going to be a life-changing moment. We have Black Nurse Joy. This is life-changing. This is not life-changing, bro. The people who are going to be shilling for this were already playing Pokemon. And they're going to continue playing Pokemon in no different way whatsoever than they were before. If anything, all you're going to do is piss off the fans who were playing before that are going to realize the difference and be like, hey, this is kind of dumb. This is kind of stupid, right? So again, ladies and gentlemen, for me personally, I don't really fuck with Nintendo products like that. But even I, like as someone who I wonder if they're going to put in the manga. If they make a new manga, I wonder if they're going to put a black Nurse Joy in the manga or a black Officer Jenny. I'll be very curious. I highly doubt it because it's going to be Japanese made, but still. You know what I mean? I'd be very curious to see. Yeah, she's literally like supposed to be an Asian girl with a tan, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. We shall see how that goes. Anyway, let's continue. Let's move forward. This is so fucking stupid. It is literally the laziest form of virtue signaling. It's actually kind of sad. Speedy Cake says, nah, cuz it means Brock made it. Brock is slaying all kinds of Nurse Joys now. That's so good. Zero Wiz with a 2. Nurse Shaniqua is crazy, by the way. Nurse Shaniqua is absolutely crazy. I'm trying to check something right now. Hold on. Sirloins with a 189. Nurse Rose Toy. Oh my God, bro. Silver Bullet Like It with a 5. Guess this explains why Nurse Joy is always single. Oh no, her husband went out to get milk. Oh no. Oh no, bro. Oh no. That's fucking crazy, bro. Damn. Listen, the lore gets deeper and deeper, I guess, as time goes on. Raptor Kratos with a 2. All the Nurse Joys are sisters. This is some BS. I thought they were like cousins or something. I could be wrong, but I thought they were cousins or something. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Deadariah with a 5. If it doesn't matter, then stop race swapping characters. Stop changing their sexuality after 50 years, etc. It doesn't matter, right? So why they care? Yeah, I mean, how long has this been a thing? So when was Nurse Joy introduced? Let's see. I forgot what year. Nurse Joy first appeared in the second episode of the Pokemon anime titled Pokemon Emergency, where he had to heal Pikachu. I remember that shit. When did the Pokemon anime release? Let's see. April 1st, 1997, boys. 1997. Guys, that is almost 30 years ago. That is 28 fucking years ago. This has been a running gag for almost 30 years, and they decided to ruin the running gag with a palette swap. With a palette swap. Like, they didn't even decide to put any thought behind it. Nothing. Just they said 28 years. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're just gonna palette swap this bitch and pretend like it never happened. Crazy, bro. Oh my God, this is insane. Anyway, again, you're gonna have people gaslight you. They're gonna say, "Why does it matter?" But then when you go and you ask them, "So why does it matter to you?" They'll be like, "Well, because." just because. And I'm like, well, what do you mean because? If it matter, if it's not a big deal, why'd you change it? Well, representation. Like, oh God, shut the fuck up. You don't even know why you do things half the time. Anyway, let's keep going. So I agree with you, Denariah. I agree with you 100%, bro. Trey Burkholder with a 10. Isn't this the same company that gave us the fat player characters? DEI running thick up in here. Next Nurse Joy will add an extra 200 pounds to go along with the skin. No, they're gonna do Officer Jenny. They're gonna make her black. If anything, they'll probably make her black and fat. Most likely. Can't confirm that, but they'll probably make her black and fat, and then kind of go from there. But yeah, you're right. They might make Nurse Joy fat too. Who knows? We'll see how that goes, I suppose. But it just keeps getting funnier and funnier, man. Keeps getting funnier and funnier. Yamato with a 2. Nurse Joys are Chinese nurses. This broke the mold. Yep. Let's see. Oh my god, bro. Yo, so Sheep City made a post. Sheep City made a post I want to go over really quick. So look at this. Look at this. So Sheep City says, fuck the lore, I guess. I didn't realize he made this post. Word to Paradise says, maybe I'm a fake fan, but is there actual in-game lore to all the nurses looking the same? Because I know there is in the show, but that's literally played as a joke. Yeah, but they did it to tie it into the games. So even though it's for the anime, you can still say because they tied it into the game specifically with that lore, that you could apply that lore to the reason why they all look the same in the game too, which a lot of people do, by the way. It's not really more so a running joke. It became a running joke, but it was more so about budgetary constraints and overall just Nintendo being fucking lazy. Nintendo did not want to make multiple different Nurse Joys in the anime. They wanted to just make one. And they wanted to have an excuse as to why they made one. So that's the joke. That's part of the joke, right? And then they ended up trying to add in-game lore to it that's been established, or not in-game, but in anime lore that's been established for a while about Nurse Joy. And she's always been like a mysterious figure anyway, because obviously they all look the same. So to see something like this after 28 years, if it's a running joke in an anime, and if it's a running joke within a video game franchise for almost 30 fucking years, why would you change it? And then why would you change it with the laziest form of DEI you possibly can do, which is a simple palette swap? Because that's literally all it is a palette swap. That's it. That's all it is. Not a different outfit, not a different hairstyle, not a different anything. Just a palette swap and some eyes. It's unbelievable, bro. Sheep says, for programming purposes, all this does is make me angrier, though. Why waste time with alternate Joy models when you could include more Pokemon in the game? This has been the only argument someone has made in regards to this that actually makes sense to me. Every single Nurse Joy is related to the other. That's it. I don't think that's game canon, just a joke in the show. Pretty sure that's why every game uses the same sprite, though aside from Space Calls, it's an ongoing meme. Exactly. 100%. I gave this one a pass. I think lore was mostly played for laughs in the anime. Yeah, for 28 years. So we've been laughing for 28 years. Now it's time to give up the laugh. Now it's time to give up the laugh because society says so. So for 28 years, we have been running with the same fucking joke that has become part of the story at this point. It might have started as a joke, but it has become its own thing and become part of the story. We are now supposed to just say, well, fuck that. Fuck it all. Right? Don't care. 28 years down the drain. Who gives a fuck? We're over that joke. We're mature now. We are mature. It was, but now I'm thinking they could have put more Pokemon in the game instead of this. Sanguine says the new nurse names Joy Keisha, Joy Kwanda, Joy Ciel, Joy Yante, Joy Roan, Joy Vel, Joy Marius, Joy Linda, and Little Joy Joy. That's insane. That is literally insane. You got me at Joy Roan. Joy Roan that's a good one. Joy Roan is a good one for sure. For sure. Oh no, we're not doing this. I mean, there was one with a tan, but that's it. I like Game Theory's idea that she's a Pokemon, and the tan one is a shiny regional variant. So now because a white girl gets a tan, now she's got to be made black. Oh my god. Honestly, I'm okay with this. Asura, I'm sad. Blackface Joy is fine. Oh god. I think here's what I'll say. I think people are going to be okay with this. Mostly because, and it's going to be Pokemon players because they want to justify their reason for why they want to keep playing Pokemon. So they're going to say it's not a big deal. Whatever. It's fine. Keep playing Pokemon. Nobody's going to yell at you, bro. I respect it. Hold on. We got... Did I read this one? No, I did. Yamato with a 2 Nurse Joys are Chinese nurses. This broke the mold. There you go. Independent Corey with a 2 Nurse Joy can now summon Baby Daddy and bad credit. Oh my god, bro. Wait, so does that mean that because they have bad credit scores, that they're not going to be able to open up Pokemon centers anymore? How are they going to get a loan? How are they going to get a loan to open up Pokemon centers now? Oh, no. Is this the end of Pokemon centers? Oh, fuck. Sir Loins with a 189. Nurse Joy from Sisters to Sisters. I see what you did there. Monkey Man with a 2. Time to make Brock MAGA. Yeah, that's never happening. That's never happening. Enrico Palazzo with a 2. Ghost of Joyte. I like that. Hey, Sevi's in the chat. Shout out to Sevi. Shout out to Sevi. Where the fuck she is? No Pokemon centers for you. Yeah, I know. I mean, I never had it because I'm not playing Pokemon. Stunning and Brave Salamence with a 5. Well, if Legend ZNA fails, at least we have the new Digimon game that came out a couple of days ago, aka Digimon Story Time Stranger. Bro, there's no way it's failing. There's literally no way. Did you see the budget? Did you see the budget for that game? There would have to be a mass boycott. I'll put it to you like this. Japan alone will make the game successful. The amount of physical copies that will sell, it'll make the game successful. It's just the truth. Toxin with a 2. Black Joy is just a shiny Ditto. It is. It is. You know what? We should just go with that as lore. How about that? How about that? I am going to officially classify Joy Roan. Okay? Shout out to Sanguine for the name. I am going to officially classify Joy Roan as a shiny Pokemon. This is a shiny Nurse Joy. That's what it's going to be. That's it. That's it. Shiny Nurse Joy. Called Joy Roan. So if you see Joy Roan in game, make sure to take pictures and whatnot. And let everybody understand that you captured the shiny Pokemon. That's it. That's how we're going to go through this. Kagami with a 20 says Pokemon Center lives matter. Clearly not. Clearly not. You know how sad it is? So sad because the black Nurse Joy is going to need the white Nurse Joy to co-sign for the black Nurse Joy in order to open up the Pokemon Center. Kind of like how the consultancy groups in Canada get white men to co-sign for them in order to have the credit to open it up, which is why most of them have a white man that's partially in charge. I don't know, man. The lore gets deep when you really start looking. Where's Latina Joy? Oh, it's coming. They're not just going to stop at Black Joy. Before you know it, Joy is going to be whatever you feel it is, right? It's going to be like, what's a woman? Nurse Joy is going to become a symbol for diversity. And in every single Pokemon Center, there's going to be a different racial Joy. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. I'm telling you right now. Grateful Gamer with a 5 in Pokemon lore. Nurse Joy's father is also the creator. Sperm banks in that world. Sounds like BS, but evidence speaks for itself. Gotta seed them all. That's insane, bro. Gotta seed them all. That's wow. 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 And you know what's sad? You already know that there's somebody out there on Twitter or Reddit or somewhere, right? That is basically gaslighting people over this. And you know what they're going to say, right? You know what they're going to say. I'm going to tell you exactly what they're going to say. And I promise you, if you go through Twitter, do me a favor, guys. Over the next few days, if you're looking at all these conversations, go through Twitter and screenshot if you see somebody use this response because you know it's coming. You guys ready? All right, listen. So they're going to gaslight you and they're going to say the following. Well, it was never explicitly stated in the lore what color her skin was. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. So you could tag me. You could tag me on X if you find a statement like that, because I promise you that is going to come. That is going to come. They're going to be like, it was never explicitly stated that she was white skin. It's like, so we just for 28 years magically had a pale complexion Nurse Joy. Yeah, but it was never specifically stated. Where did you want them to specifically state it? It just never was. It's coming, guys. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So again, just be on the lookout for that response. You know it's coming. And then if you see it on X, you can tag me and just say like Hypnodamus or something like that. Just tag me so I see it. Because you know it's coming. They did the same thing with fucking Snape in Harry Potter, even though it was specifically stated that he was pale complexion. It didn't matter. They still made him black anyway. But they're going to try to gaslight you and say it anyway. So Angmar says, you know, that's a topic already on Reddit. I'm sure it is. All right, let's check Rumble. Rumble, you got anything over here? What we got, Rumble? Well, what are we doing? Rumble? We got D Draconic with a membership. Shout out to D Draconic. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Torinol with $1. Could have had a black doctor, but no. Lore officially means nothing to Nintendo. To be fair, lore means nothing to these companies anymore. They're willing to throw it all away if it gets them brownie points. That's just the truth of it. They're willing to do it. They've proven time and time again. Very few companies respect their own lore anymore. And then you'll have people gaslight, be like, well, what do you care about lore? Lore is meant to be changed. Is it? Good lore is not meant to be changed. Good lore is meant to be established and respected. Bad lore gets changed. But you know, anyway, it is what it is. Raptor Kratos with it too. We all know black women are terrible with customer service. Damn. Adam Jimmy with $1. She is not wearing sleeves, so her arms are white. There you go. Makes sense. It's still in my mind. The lore in my mind is that she's doing blackface. That's the lore in my mind. So, Angmar WK sneaking in a membership. The legend. Thank you so much, Angmar WK. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, guys, we're working our way to tier 1 right now. And the next red boy we get, we'll have the choice to summon one of 3 amazing groups of ladies to the stream, including brand new Ginger, which I'm actually very proud of, by the way. I feel like it's pretty hype. So hopefully we get to see it today. We'll see. Let's get to the next topic. Let's X this shit out. Stupid fucking Pokemon nonsense. Let's talk about Microsoft. So yesterday we spoke about this and we got a little bit more information. All right, we got a little bit more information, okay? Microsoft has been forced to address Target and Walmart Xbox sale rumors. Now, yesterday's stream, we talked about how supposedly there's a bunch of videos and pictures making the rounds on social media saying that Xbox has, basically going into clearance in their local Targets. I didn't really see too many Walmart videos, but I saw a bunch of Target videos where people are like, it's being packed up on pallets. They're getting rid of all basically almost everything Microsoft and Xbox related inside of their stores. And I even looked on their website. I looked at target.com. They were having a bunch of sales on some of their elite controllers. I don't know if that's normal sales. It said new low price, so I don't think it's a sale. I think it's like a markdown, but whatever, regardless. So I wasn't sure if it was real because with these days, man, AI and everything, we don't know if something's actually happening or not. So I told everybody take it with a grain of salt. But now, today, we apparently have an address from Microsoft that specifically talks about what's going on supposedly at Target and Walmart and the rumors that are, circulating online. So it was recently claimed online that Target and Walmart are preparing to halt the sale of Xbox products. This tidbit surfaced mere days after it was reported that Costco had indeed stopped selling the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X consoles. However, after a few curious calls around Target and Walmart stores revealed that wasn't the case, Microsoft came out and offered clarity on the topic. And no, Target and Walmart are not halting the sale of Xbox consoles and video games. It has been a rocky few weeks for Microsoft and Xbox, with claims circulating like wildfire that the tech titans are preparing to pull out of the hardware entirely and focus on making and publishing games. The latest rounds of rumors claim that Target and Walmart, 2 of the biggest retailers, were preparing to shut down the sale of Xbox products in stores nationwide. It took a few minutes on the phone with stores and representatives to determine that wasn't the case in some areas, but then Microsoft came out with a concrete statement handed to Windows Central and says the following: Target and Walmart, among other retailers, remain committed partners for Xbox consoles, accessories, and games. Price increases, layoffs, project cancellations, and departures have made this a tumultuous year for Xbox, and the propagation of rumors across social media isn't helping the situation. Now, this seems like a very, very basic reply, a very basic statement. It seems like something that is left up to a little bit, you could be a little bit vague here. But yes, they are saying that they remain committed partners for Xbox consoles, accessories, and games. Now, the thing is, you can remain a committed partner for Xbox consoles, accessories, and games, but that doesn't mean that they can be pulling out of the current generation of consoles. They could still sell your next console. They could still sell your handheld console. It doesn't mean that they have to sell your current console, right? So this statement is left very much up to interpretation for a reason. And it just seems like something that doesn't give you the concrete answer that people are looking for, right? Because we already know their handheld is coming. We already know that they're supposedly working on a new console, which I don't really believe that fully 100% yet, but that's the rumor right now. We already know that. So for all we know, they could be pulling out of the current consoles and waiting for the arrival of the ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X, and they could be putting that up for sale when that arrives, right? And they could just be getting rid of the Series S, the Xbox Series X, and all that stuff, right? That could still be happening. But as of right now, if you want to take their statement at face value, they're trying to tell you that that's not happening at all, and all their consoles and all their stuff is still going to be available for sale. Now, their controllers, I never really believed that their controllers were going to be taken away because a lot of PC users use their controllers, not just Xbox, right? Xbox controllers is the number one controller on PC. People use that more than anything. So I don't really see them pulling out of the controller in the accessory game. But in terms of consoles, maybe the Series S, we never know. But this is where we're at right now. This is the official statement from Microsoft. And I guess the rumors got so bad that they were forced to say something. They couldn't just stay quiet on the whole situation. So, but notice how they did not mention Costco. So the Costco rumors are, in fact, true, because if they weren't, they would have specifically mentioned Costco. All they said was other retailers. But you mentioned Target and Walmart, but you didn't mention Costco. I don't know. Seems a little odd to me. Anyway, let's continue. Now that we got the official statement from them, we can move on from that whole story. Grateful Gamer with a 5, Pokemon's Kanto region is based off in the real-life Kanto region of Japan. We can safely assume most of the characters in the Pokemon world are Japanese. Of course they are, bro. Why would we assume otherwise? Why would anybody assume otherwise that they're not Japanese? But then you're going to have some weird DEI shill come into your comments, and they're going to be like, so you mean to tell me there's no black people in Japan? Oh, anyway. Trashy Drifter with 489. So with them pulling this stuff and this new info, is now a good time to get an Elite controller for a lower price? I did see that I did see that they had the Elite controller for I think $50 off or $60 off or something like that. So if you wanted the Elite controller, you could definitely check that out. It's on sale. So we'll see. Before we get into the next topic, we're going to go over the gifted games. So we had some gifted games. We're going to check and see what's going on with that. We got some gifted legendary games from legendary people in the Bigot Army, man, that are nice enough to do that. Thank you guys so much. We got Pitt. He says, a pixel art Souls-like, drenched in faith and despair. Explore, fight, and sacrifice in your journey towards divine revelation. And he gifted Dark Devotion. Thank you so much, Pitt. I appreciate that, man. Explore the secrets of a mysterious fallen temple and put your Templar faith to the test in Dark Devotion. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. Hey, shout out to Mary Desu. Mary Desu returned to the stream. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Welcome. Enjoy your stay. Oh my God, I've heard of this game. Oh my God, dude. I wanted to play this game during the last October, and I never got around to doing it. This game actually went pretty viral when it first came out. Oh man. Step into the boots of Pumpkin Lord. Jump, slash, and cackle through the Halloween adventure full of charm and chaos. Pumpkin fucking Jack, bro. I remember this game going viral, man. Holy shit. I'm 100% going to play this. I have to play this. I have to play this. Shout out to Pitt, man. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. Yo, Big D. Big D in the house. Creepy game for spooky month. The Binding of Isaac. This is also another game that I've been meaning to play for I don't even know how long, and I never got around to do that. Man. Shout out to Big D with The Binding of Isaac. Spank the pumpkin and apparently get one pregnant if that's your thing. The Binding of Isaac, Wrath of the Lamb DLC on top of that too, bro. Shout out to you guys, man. That is legendary. Unbelievably legendary. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, you guys. Thank you, man. You never heard of Pumpkin Jack? You got to go look at it. I remember watching the trailer for that. I was like, I have to play this game. And then time got away from me and I completely forgot about it. I'm so happy you gifted that. You have no idea. No idea. Democulus says, Hypnotic, be careful of YouTube chat. They may be trying to touch you since you'll be the pumpkin during that game. I know. Apparently they get pumpkins pregnant in here. It's a very odd thing, but you know, hey, I don't judge. All right, let's get into did any other super chats come in? Let me just make sure. Hold on. No. All right, we're good to go. Okay, so let's go into this. Now, this is a game that looks very interesting. Let me pause this really quick. So if you guys are not aware, there is a brand new Avatar: The Last Bender fighting game. And this particular game, I didn't even really know much about or at all, to be honest with you. T-Jap says we're still 148.46 away from tier 1. That is all. Thank you, T-Jap. I appreciate that, man. We're getting felted, but that's okay. Avatar Legends, the fighting game. I saw a little bit of gameplay on Twitter, and I wanted to see the full, YouTube video. So that's what we're going to look at. It's only a minute long, but the gameplay that I saw on Twitter actually looked really good. It reminded me of Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And my interest got immediately perked. I was like, oh shit, that is awesome. So we're going to check this out right now. Mary Desu with AED 10 says, thank you for the shout out. Much love. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. You didn't have to donate, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's play this and see what we got going. Art style looks really good too. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. Like the fighting gameplay looks very eerily reminiscent of Fighter Z, but overall, I think it looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how it's gonna hit with Avatar fans, so that's up to them to decide. I'm not like a huge Avatar fan, so. But in terms of gameplay perspective, looks pretty good. The animations look pretty good, pretty solid, smooth, which is a huge important thing. But this looks pretty good, man. So. I'm curious to check it out. The art style is pretty clear, colorful. I like it. For the most part, definitely fits the Avatar. But we'll see how it plays. Who's the developer? Let's find out. So who's the developer of this game? Let's see. If we scroll up, Avatar: The Last Bender is finally get a fighting game from Gameplay Group and Paramount. Gameplay Group and Paramount. What has Gameplay Group done? Let's see. Gameplay Group. Let's see. Gameplay Group International, is that them? Gameplay Group. They have an X page. They have a website. Let's see. Is this them? Gameplay Group. Let's see. Games go. Let's see. Games. What the fuck is this? Them's Fighting Herds? This is a furry fighting game? What the hell is Them's Fighting Herds? Diesel Legacy, the Brazen Age is their other game. So they've only made 2 other games, and one of them is like a furry fighting game. The fuck is going on here? Curious how they I'm curious how they managed to get the rights to Avatar. Like, how did you get the rights to Avatar as a company that's only made these 2 games? You know what I mean? Because I feel like these 2 games are so small. So they're both on PC. Let's check some numbers. I'm curious. Hold on, wait. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Maybe they're bangers. Them fighting herds.
Holy shit.
All right. I mean, listen, it's an indie game, so 1,436 is not awful for an indie game. There's 4 people playing right now, so I don't know who are you fighting against? Who are you fighting against right now? You know? It released 7.7 years ago, so let's look at their more recent one. All right, let's look at the more recent one. Diesel Legacy. Let's see. Diesel Legacy. Is that also a fighting game? Let's see. The Brazen Age.
Holy shit.
All right, boys. This game came out 10 months ago, bro. This game came out 10 months ago. It hit 94, bro. Come on. I was trying to give you a chance, man. I was trying to give you a chance, man. I was trying to give you a chance. How did they get the Avatar license? How did they get the Avatar? Like, why did they even why were they even given this? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, 94? They didn't sell 3,000 copies, bro. Like, this is a massive leap. Don't you guys think this is a massive leap? Did they ever work with Paramount before? No, they never worked with Paramount before. So, are they the publisher or the developer? All right, let's look at this. Avatar. Let's see. This is going to answer the question. Avatar, where are you at? Legends. Okay. Oh, they're the publisher and the developer. They're the publisher and the developer. Wait. This is the first game they've ever developed internally. Unless they own these companies. Do they own Main 6? Do they? Holy shit. Let me see. Main 6 Inc. Main 6 Inc. Do they own Main 6? 2D fighting game. It's a 2D fighting game featuring a cast of adorable animals designed by the acclaimed cartoon producer Lauren Faust. Main6.com. Guys, we're going down a little bit of a rabbit hole right now. Forgive me. Their website's not even working. I can't even get on main6.com. It's not even working. Holy shit. Wow. Interesting. Well, I mean, so I guess that, yeah, their website's not working. Main 6 is not working. I guess what we're looking at is their first ever in-house developed video game. That's the only thing I can really... Oh, come on, bro. This is absolutely a furry fighting game. Come on, bro. How did you see this and you're like, yep, we're going to give these people Avatar? Can you imagine Paramount looking at this and they're like, yep, this is who I want making Avatar, the fighting game. This is it right here. This is like massively failing upward. Limitless Andre says the game slaps. Why am I not surprised? Oh, that looks cool. Look at that. Oh my God. They do have a Twitter account. Yeah, I know they do, which is where I was clicking their website and the website isn't working. So their website doesn't even work anymore for this game. It doesn't even work. It doesn't even work. So again, how did... okay, well, they're not the ones making it. So Main 6 is not the ones making it. So, okay, so it's safe to say, at this point, it's safe to say that... Hold on. Diesel Legacy. Let me go back to this. Maximum Entertainment. They've done a bunch of games. Maximum Entertainment. So this is going to be the first one that is designed by them. Gameplay Group International. Published and developed by them. With the blessing of Paramount. That's what it looks like right now. So I don't know about this one, man. I don't know about this one. Hopefully the Avatar fans get exactly what they're looking for. I thought the gameplay looked pretty cool. It did give me some Fighter Z vibes. The art style definitely seems like it's there. But I don't know. Considering the history of this publisher, I'm not 100% sold on it now, but I guess we're just going to have to look at this with an extremely suspicious eye until we see more, because all we got was a 56-second gameplay clip. That's all we got. 56-second gameplay clip. So we're going to wait and see. We'll wait and see how this goes for right now, but I wanted to share that with you guys because when I saw the trailer, I thought it looked pretty good. So, all right. Really quick, we got another gifted game. How much you want to bet they gifted me the fucking furry game? How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet when I look at this is going to be them fighting herds? Watch. How much you want to bet? Let's see. Let's take a look. You know, why couldn't you, Toxin, why couldn't you gift like 007 or something? You know what I mean? Like 007, something that I could actually review on Griftcast. You got to be the guy who's gifted a fucking furry fighter. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, man. Ah, this fucking guy, bro. I called it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I literally did so easy. It's so predictable. Fucking Toxin, man. Fucking Toxin. I swear to God, man. All right. Enough of that. Enough of that. All right. We're gonna check super chats really fast. I don't think there's any more. Let me see. Hold on. There might be one. Yeah. Kagami with a 50 says Fighting Herds art comes from a My Little Pony artist. It's an official Brony game. Oh my God. It's an official Brony game. Oh, I'm gonna delete that from my fucking from my library. I thought it was just a fighting game. I didn't realize there was more to it. Horrible. Hypno will pocket play it later. No, the fuck I won't. No, the fuck I wrote. No, I will not. Gaming Wolf says, what tier we at, mods? We're not at tier 1. We're very far from tier 1. We're like at 165 away or something like that. Limitless Andre says, nah, it's good. Bro, Limitless Andre. I swear, bro. If you lie to me. Trashy Drifter with a 189. Main 6 was under Iron Galaxy Killer Instinct. Yeah, so I don't think that they what do you call it? I don't think that they actually worked on any game themselves. I think they were a publisher beforehand. And then now they're deciding to make their own game in-house. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes and kind of go from there. All right, we are... T-Jap says 141.04 away from tier 1. Thank you, T-Jap. I don't think there's anything on Rumble, so let me continue now. We're going to go into the main topic of the evening. We're already getting close to the end of the stream, boys. Let me switch something really quick. Hold on 1 second, because I forgot to do that earlier like an idiot. I was busy trying to make the ginger clip, but it looks like I rushed that for no reason. Video recording. Let me fix this really fast. There you go. Boom. We are going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. I've been waiting to talk about this all day, man. All day I've been waiting to talk about this, boys. Literally all day. Secret final boss with 15 months of legendary status. Them's fighting herds might be what got developed after an actual My Little Pony fighting game got shut down. This was years ago, but yeah. All right, well, guess we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to look into the game a little bit more. But if it's some weird, like, brony shit, deletion. Anyway. Oh, snap. Hogwarts 2. I got to play it at some point. No spoilers, please. What? We're not going to talk spoilers. We're not going to talk spoilers. We're going to talk the absolute ridiculousness that is currently being pushed by Game Rant right now. Because Game Rant wants to take it upon themselves to, I guess, threaten Hogwarts Legacy? I don't know. It's a very strange dichotomy we have going on over here. Because they're almost trying to speak from like a place of, oh, we totally boycotted the game last time, as if it didn't sell 34 million copies. Like, I don't know what you were boycotting, but I don't think we have the same definition of the word boycott. I think that's what it is. I think there's like a fundamental difference between the word boycott for journalists and wokies and then us, you know? So we'll see how this goes. All right, boys, let's get into it. Do I have everything? Yes, I do. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy 2. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why are we talking about Hogwarts Legacy 2? We don't even know about anything regarding this game. We don't know literally anything. We haven't seen the story. We haven't seen screenshots. Not a damn thing. Well, the reason why we're talking about Hogwarts Legacy 2 is because we have been blessed with by far one of the best articles that I've ever seen in my career doing YouTube. And that has to be from somebody over at Game Rant by the name of Megan Lorich. Now, Megan Lorich has decided to write this article essentially threatening the people who are behind Hogwarts Legacy with the following headline: Hogwarts Legacy 2 cannot sidestep the franchise's biggest controversy. Now, I want you guys to keep something in mind as you're watching this video. These are the people that complain about people like myself who make videos talking about issues in the gaming industry. They say we always talk about controversy. They say that we are always complaining about things. And yet here they are talking about something that everybody loves and trying to turn it into a controversy because they failed the first time. They're going to fail again. You know, spoiler alert, they're going to fail again. But regardless, they're trying to turn this into a controversy before the game even gets showcased. Now, here's the funny thing about all of this, okay? They say for years, the Harry Potter franchise has dominated pop culture, with Hogwarts Legacy acting as the franchise's most popular video game adaptation. It's no wonder that controversy surrounding the franchise has sprung up at some point, as the first Harry Potter book was released almost 30 years ago. Nevertheless, it's disappointing that such a well-loved piece of pop culture has been sullied in the eyes of many Potterheads, despite new content for the franchise, like Hogwarts Legacy, continuing to release. Now, you're probably asking yourself, ladies and gentlemen, who's been sullied? Who has been sullied? Whose eyes have been sullied in regards to Hogwarts Legacy? Because last I checked, ladies and gentlemen, Hogwarts Legacy, by the same outlet, by the way, Game Rant, says Hogwarts Legacy passes another incredible sales milestone. Hogwarts Legacy sold over 30 million copies. So who exactly is this supposed to be sullied? I have no idea. But let's continue. It says, unfortunately, Hogwarts Legacy was unable to muddy the name of the Harry Potter franchise. While the game may have been met with a positive player and critic response, it was also the subject of boycotts upon release. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boycotts. How successful of a boycott? Again, let me show you. the game has sold over 30 million copies. This has to be one of the most successfully boycotted games in gaming history. Not only that, if you go to Steam DB, even on PC alone, the game hit almost 900,000 concurrent players on Steam just 2.7 years ago, with an estimated copy sold of over 10 million copies just on the Steam platform. So yes, this was clearly a very successful boycott by the likes of the journos and all of their weird wokey advocates. It says Avalanche Software and Warner Brothers Games tried to placate fans within the game itself, but the developer's attempt was poorly received. It goes without saying that Avalanche Software and Warner Brothers Games cannot try to avoid controversy the same way Hogwarts Legacy did in the game's allegedly slated sequel. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what are they talking about, right? Like, how did Avalanche try to supposedly placate fans? Well, what they did was, and I don't know if people realize this, but they added a trans person in the game. Okay, Sirona, who is basically I believe she's he, whatever, is the owner of the pub. They added Sirona to the game, and the trans people who tried to claim that the game does not have trans representation, that the game is violence towards trans people, got completely felted by the revelation that there was a trans person in the game. The bartender was a trans person. Once they found this out, guess what? They said, well, that's not good enough, right? You gave us a character who represents us, but we're not happy. Right? We're upset. We still want to pretend like it doesn't exist because we've been convinced that J.K. Rowling is the bad person. And even though she's not involved in this game really at all for the most part, we still want to hate something just because we think J.K. Rowling's involved. This is a prime example of what it's like to be on Twitter, where people make up this ideological version of you, even if it's true or not, and then they fight that version every single day on Twitter, whether or not it may or may not actually be true. They don't care. It's not about it being true. It's about them being justified in their actions towards you and making up a version of yourself that they can fight every single fucking day of their lives. So creeping through the promotion and marketing for Hogwarts Legacy prior to the release was the never-ending controversy. Gee, I wonder why it's never ending. Ladies and gentlemen, why is it never ending, the controversy of J.K. Rowling? It's never ending because you guys don't shut the fuck up about it. That's why it's never ending. You guys want to continue to harp on the same exact thing that J.K. Rowling has said, even though she ideologically agrees with you on 98% of everything else in the world. Just the one or two things that she doesn't agree with you, well, that's enough to get her killed. You know, that's enough to try to get her Charlie Kirk, because that's what they've been advocating for. I don't know if you guys realize that, but over on Twitter, they've been advocating for J.K. Rowling to be the next one to go. And this is something that's been happening for years now. Now, lucky for J.K. Rowling, she can afford, millions of dollars of security, but not many people are lucky, unfortunately. But this is the world we live in. Rowling's comments on the trans community in conjunction with the re-examination of portrayals of people of color. Now it's a racism problem. This is great. In the Harry Potter books have essentially reduced the legacy of Harry Potter from a juggernaut in young adult fiction to a nostalgic but messy memory. I like how they're trying to claim racism in the books. Meanwhile, there's literal race swapping happening, boys. Okay, Hermione has been made black in The Cursed Child in the play. She's literally a black child. You have Snape literally becoming black. I mean, the one character that should never be black is becoming black in the new upcoming TV show. But no, apparently Harry Potter has a racism problem, even though they're constantly trying to virtue signal to these absolute psychopaths. And again, this is why I say they're just making up a version of something that they want to hate in their mind and attacking that version every day until they feel like they accomplished something, which they never accomplish anything, which is why they constantly, bicker and fucking complain all the time about the same exact thing over and over and over again. So in any case, the large majority of Rowling's comments were posted on her X account, with the catalyst of these views being publicly perceived when she liked a tweet in 2018 that described transgender women as men in dresses. Since then, she has constantly posted about the issue on X and has been publicly labeled a TERF. I like how they try to pass it to her, and they try to say that she has constantly posted on X about it. No. You guys have constantly posted on X about it, and she, every once in a blue moon, will choose one of you guys to sacrifice on the podium of public square and make fun of you and roast you to the end of time. She chooses one of you every few months. She doesn't constantly talk about it. You guys are the ones that are constantly talking about this bullshit. But anyway, It says that she has constantly posted about the issue on X and has been publicly labeled a TERF, which is a trans exclusionary radical feminist. Knowing J.K. Rowling's controversial positions on the trans community specifically led Avalanche Software and Warner Brothers Game to include a minor transgender character in Hogwarts Legacy. How do you know that? How do you know that? See, this is why I say they make the shit up just so they have an excuse to go after you. They're trying to make the claim that Serona was added just because of the backlash to what's happening with J.K. Rowling. They don't have any real evidence of this. They're just thinking in their mind that there's no way there could be a trans character in this super bigoted game unless it was Jim just trying to placate to us. That's the only reason why they didn't add the character organically, which we might even agree with that to an extent, right? I don't think Serona was added organically. I think Serona was added to check a box, in my opinion. But I believe that they checked that box long before any of the drama was even happening. I think they fully planned to include this because, well, that's just the kind of developers we have at Warner Brothers. But anyway, apparently the game includes a minor transgender character in Hogwarts Legacy. Serona Ryan is the main bartender at the Three Broomsticks in Hogsmeade. The game establishes that he, whatever, is fiercely loyal to Hogwarts and its students as he stands up to the Victor Rookwood in the key scene. Though it's always great to see more representation in any kind of media, Serona Ryan does not truly add much to Hogwarts Legacy's plot other than being a minor NPC. Mind you, the game is filled with a bunch of other minor NPCs, but because this character happens to be trans, I guess that means that they cannot be a minor NPC. And this is what I mean by saying that they don't want equal rights. They don't want equal treatment because they already have equal rights. This is about having more treatment. This is about being treated as special. This is not about being treated as the same as everyone else. You can make a fucking trans character in the character creator, okay? Like you can make your character trans and you can literally be the main character in the story. How much more special treatment do you want? Who gives a fuck about Serona Ryan? Who cares? If you want a trans character to be important, you can literally make one in the character creator if you so choose to. These people, I swear to God, they're so unbelievably stupid. It's insane. It's never going to be enough for these people. That's what I keep trying to tell people. It's never enough. Make the game you want to make, because the moment you start bowing to these people, they're going to want more and more and more and more until eventually it gets to a point where there's an entire bar that has nothing but trans people, trans customers, trans bartenders, all kinds of stuff. They're going to want the fucking elves to be trans at this point. It's ridiculous, man. Anyway, so let's continue. Though it's always great to see more representation, apparently it just wasn't enough. As such, some have viewed the character's addition as performative representation rather than a meaningful statement against Rowling. Why do you need a statement against Rowling? Why do you need a statement against Rowling in a game that she's not even involved in? What is the point of that? You guys are looking for blood and you want someone to join your cause, and you're looking for the corporation to join your cause. But the corporation, the only side that they're going to join is the side of the money. And you guys proved that you don't have the numbers, not even close, because let me remind you, 30 million copies plus this game has sold in its lifetime. This is a $1 billion franchise. Why would they listen to you? Why would they even remotely care what you have to say when you clearly amount to less than 1% of the population that is even remotely talking about this video game? What is the point of that? J.K. Rowling's harmful statements towards transgender community cannot be fixed by simply adding a transgender woman to her most popular work and main source of income. Oh my God, it's always about the money, bro. Like, it doesn't matter who you talk about. It doesn't matter like what the conversation is. It is always about the money. At the end of the day, it's always about you're making money talking about things that I don't like. Thus, it is wrong. Like, who gives a fuck, bro? You guys are making money talking about things I disagree with. I don't care what money you make from your articles, even though I know it's barely anything. I don't care. So why do you care about J.K. Rowling? Is because she's rich, she's white, and she spoke out against trans people being in female spaces. That is why. If it was a trans person saying it, you would not say a single thing. But because it's a white, rich woman who is saying it, you have a problem with it, because it's all about the money. Because deep down, you know that if you had the opportunity to switch seats with J.K. Rowling, you would be there yesterday. We all know that's true. We all know this whole bigoted nonsense conversation means absolutely nothing if you were given the option to switch seats with J.K. Rowling and become as rich as her and to have her life. You absolutely know you would switch immediately. But in any case, candidly, there is nothing that Avalanche Software or Warner Brothers Games can do to avoid Rowling's controversial statements, as it's likely that she will never change her mind on the subject. But that doesn't mean the developer can't strive to improve the brand's trans representation with Hogwarts Legacy 2, likely with the intent of avoiding its predecessor's boycott that was due to Rowling's statement. Listen, I'm going to tell it to you like this, okay? Hogwarts Legacy was one of the only successful things that Warner Brothers did in that year and any year after that. Okay, Hogwarts Legacy was so successful that it was like the number 5th top selling game the year after it came out. It was the number 1 selling game the year that it came out. It got snubbed at every single Game Awards because of the whole drama that you guys were trying to spin up. And meanwhile, it still sold over 30 million copies, even with your bullshit tied to it. So it's very clear that nobody cares what you have to say. It's very clear that nothing you do will ever matter. I mean, look at the difference, right? Look at the difference. You guys claim that the boycott against Ghost of Antifa is not anything big, and meanwhile, the game hasn't even hit 2 million sales yet. Meanwhile, you guys boycotting a product manages to send it into a $1 billion franchise that sells over 30 million copies. We are not the same, okay? We are not the same. So here's what I'm going to tell you, okay? Warner Brothers has done nothing good outside of Hogwarts Legacy, okay? They are a company that is $40 billion in debt. All right, they have more debt than some small countries. Do you really believe that they're going to sit there and risk it all for you? Do you really think they're going to sit there and risk everything for you? Maybe. Maybe you're right, because Warner Brothers as a company is a trash fucking company. But here's what I'm going to say to anybody who might be listening at Warner Brothers, which is probably nobody, because I imagine they probably all hate me. If you are listening at Warner Brothers, you need to make this game, this sequel, exactly like the first one, but better in every way. You already had trans representation in the game. You had it with Serona. You had it with that NPC. You also had it with the character creator. If somebody wants to have trans representation in the game, they have the option to do so. If somebody doesn't want to have any trans representation in the game, they have the option to make a standard, regular, straight character. If somebody wants to have gay representation in the game, they have the option to make a gay character all they want. If somebody wants to have any of this stuff in the game, they have the option to do it because it is an RPG video game with a character creator. So if you want to put trans representation in the game, you have already done so by allowing it in the character creator. These morons don't understand that because they haven't played the game and they're looking for something to be angry at. So if I were you, I would make the game exactly how you did the first time, because anybody that cares about representation is already going to get the representation they're looking for through the means that you have provided in the first game. It's just going to be the same available in the second game, just better. Right. So hopefully you guys go full force into making the sequel that we all know that you should be making and that gamers actually want as a whole, because whatever the fuck these losers want is never going to be in your best benefit. It's only going to be in their benefit, and they will love to see you fall. They would be the first ones that will be celebrating your downfall. The same people that say that we are toxic chuds because we track numbers and we talk about the failure of video games and the success of video games, and we're so numbers obsessed. These are the same people saying that to us. Meanwhile, they're the ones at a moment's notice that is advocating and desperately waiting for the failure of games like Stellar Blade, Hogwarts Legacy, any game that is antithetical to their ideology. They're the first ones waiting to celebrate it. So don't listen to these absolute losers, okay? Let's continue. Transgender Potterheads still exist despite Rowling's statement. So the expansion of Serona Ryan as a character could be one way that Avalanche Software and Warner Brothers Games attempts to prevent a hypothetical boycott. I like how they keep saying hypothetical boycott. You know why they're saying that? Because this is a threat, okay? These people all speak on the same Discord servers. These people all speak in the same Twitter pages. Oh, I'm sorry, not Twitter. They do have Twitter, but they have alt accounts to pretend like they don't have Twitter. They speak in the same Blue Sky sections all the time. They are now trying to spin up controversy before anybody gets a chance to see the game, right? Because they know that the moment people see the game, it's going to result in everybody ignoring them. They know that. So they're trying to get ahead of the curve. They're trying to make it seem as if it's a hypothetical boycott, but I bet your ass that they are going to absolutely try to declare a boycott against Hogwarts Legacy 2. They're going to try to go after every streamer. There's going to be streaming Hogwarts Legacy 2 just like they did it with the first one. They tried to get people canceled. They tried to get people doxxed. They actually tried to cause actual real harm to streamers that were streaming Hogwarts Legacy. It just happened to a VTuber recently. I forgot her name, but they tried to cancel her for playing Hogwarts Legacy in 2025. That's how desperate they are. That's how addicted to the hatred of Hogwarts Legacy they actually are, that they're still trying to do it even till this day. It's crazy. Right away, a few ideas spring to mind. Oh, I can't wait to hear these ideas. Sharona Ryan's role as the head proprietor of the Three Broomsticks could be beneficial to the plot if the bar serves as a key location in Hogwarts Legacy 2. Perhaps she should once again come to defend her patrons like the main students of the hypothetical sequel. If the game takes the mystery route, Sharona Ryan could essentially act as the archetypical trustworthy adult or mentor that mysteries led by teenagers tend to have. She could be a major quest giver and an ally on certain tasks, appearing regularly throughout the entire game. Another option would be to include a transgender student as one of the key protagonists or companions. And oh my God. What does any of this have to do with anything, bro? This is the problem, right? Like when you have people creating an RPG, the first thing you should be thinking of is how can I make this interesting? How can I make this quest interesting? How can I make this character interesting to the point where people are actually going to want to pay attention to the story of the character? How can I make that? All you're focused on is how can I put a dick on a female? That's literally all you're focused on. You guys have such pea-sized brains that you can't think 5 seconds past your face when it comes to ideology. Ideology runs through you 100%, and it's all you do. It's all you live. And this is why you guys are not storytellers, right? You guys make up shit, don't get me wrong, but you're not storytellers at the end of the day. Everything you just mentioned either is already happening in the first game or is just literally checking off boxes, which you claim that you guys don't advocate for. You claim that you don't do, and yet you are doing it. You are doing it by saying, add this character just because they're trans. That's it. Because she was already Sharona was already part of the first game from the story perspective. And if you wanted to have a transgender student, make one. Make one. There is a character creator available for you. Make one. You have that option. You always have, and you will in the second game as well. So anyway, guys, this entire thing is absolute nonsense. They're getting completely fucking roasted. And if you go over to the Twitter page over here where they posted this, it is going viral right now. Let me refresh just to kind of get an idea of where we're at. Oh, no, they got community noted. Oh, thank God I refreshed this. Oh, important distinction on the first game's supposed boycott, as it was a niche boycott attempt. The headline of this article could lead people to thinking it was an effective boycott. The total sales for Hogwarts Legacy as of March 2025 is estimated to be 35 million copies. Oh my God. You guys got wrecked in real time. In real time, ladies and gentlemen. That is a beautiful thing. And this is currently getting to almost 1 million views over on X. Guys, look at the ratio. Look at the ratio. Almost 1 million views, 100 likes, 100 bookmarks, 1,300 comments, 414 reposts. My comment, you guys boycotted the game into $1 billion franchise. Great work. 1,100 likes. Vera Dark simply posts a picture headline. Hogwarts Legacy has sold over 34 million copies. 3,300 likes. Endymion, the boycotts were from the game industry and not the fans, you dummy. 2K likes. Flash, the only controversy was from men in dresses and fat liberal women who are mad that J.K. Rowling made money. All they have to do is ignore these clowns and roll in money. 361 likes. J Viper, worst boycott in history. 650 likes. Smash JT, the original, sold over 34 million copies, despite a pathetic attempt at a boycott. 964. Kyle is so better than any game that year because the identity entities offended don't matter. Whatever they did, they should do again twice as hard. Right about that, pussy. There's 729 likes. The boycotts did literally fucking nothing. It sold 22 million units by the end of its release year, and it has nothing to do with any approach. Their problem was with the very connection to Harry Potter. 968 likes. Guys, this is a beautiful thing, man. I'm so glad that they got community noted, and I'm sure They are very upset about this. Now, granted, they obviously did this for rage bait, okay? But the funny thing is, they're not even monetized. They're not monetized on X. Game Rant, I want you guys to understand something. Game Rant hates Elon Musk that much. They refuse to get a blue check mark. They refuse, right? That's how much they hate Elon Musk. They don't want to have a blue check mark whatsoever because they don't want to give money to the chud, right? They don't want to do it. So in any case, guys, this is a hilarious story. And the fact that it got community noted brings us all the way full circle where we can all point and laugh at the journalists as they get ready to begin their hypothetical boycott, as they like to say, because we all know it's not hypothetical. We know they're planning it. We know they're crafting it, and they're trying desperately to spin the narrative and form a story that makes it seem as if the game is hated by everybody. And we all know that's not true. So you guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about this entire situation, about a supposed hypothetical boycott of Hogwarts Legacy 2? And if the game stays true to the first game, will you be playing Hogwarts Legacy 2? Because I know I will, and I will definitely stream it as I did the first one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. God damn, that was a long fucking one-shot video. Holy shit. Holy shit. These guys are fucking pathetic. The community note is hilarious, by the way. This is a legendary community note. Legendary community note. I'm going to leave that up while I'm catching up on super chats. This is legendary. The total sales for Hogwarts Legacy as of March is estimated to be 35 million copies. Ouch. Ouch. It's so painful, man. All right, let's catch up on super chats, see what we got, and then we're gonna go from here. We got Little Miss Hypnotic with a 2. Get ready for the next boycott. Yeah, we should call that a boycott. Yeah, that's actually that's a good one. I like that. Boycott. Andros the Warrior High Alpha with a 5. I found out about something towards the rainbow. So in the Bible, it represents the promise from God that he'll never flood the world again. Yeah, you did not know that? Oh, I know. I should say a lot of people actually don't know that. If they're not religious, they're probably not going to know that. But yes, it was the promise from God that he would not flood the world again after Noah. Basically. So, and then the LGBTQs decided to adopt it as their symbol, their logo, because they fucking hate Christians. I guess. So, not all of them, though. Grateful Gamer with a 2. Next trans credit cards so they can make transactions. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Independent Corey with a 2. WB, $40 billion in debt. Wokies, it's not enough. Right? They want them to lose more money because it's not their money they're losing. These activists like to do activism only on someone else's dime. They don't like to do activism on their own dime. They gotta spend someone else's money. Sephiroth with a 10. Peace in Israel, my birthday, all on the same day. Hell yeah, sitting, enjoying my scotch, loving life. Now I just need to get rid of the woke and life will be great. Yo, Sephiroth, it's his birthday. Everybody wish Sephiroth wish Sephiroth a happy birthday. Shout out to Sephiroth, man. Thank you so much for the 10. I hope you enjoy your birthday, my man. Frost Puma with a 50. Troon just want everything spoon-fed to them. Yep, I can see that. Sergeant Sapien with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that. Justin with an 8 months says 8 months. Let's go for 18 months. Legend. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, bro. And then we got P Drake with 6 months. They hate that no one isn't buying their BS articles anymore. Game journals aren't relevant anymore, and it's well-deserved fate. Yep. Well, to be fair, it's been like this for about almost a year now. You know what I mean? It's been like this for almost a year now. That they have basically been irrelevant, right? And most of the time when we cover their articles, we're covering their articles as like a mockery sort of situation, because what they say, shit like this, is so ridiculous, bro. Like, who are you trying to convince? That's what I really want to know. Who are you trying to convince that you are going to successfully boycott a Hogwarts Legacy 2? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the level of fucking balls that you have to think that was going to happen is just hilarious. Old Man Cad with a 5. Everyone send get well soon wishes to Mr. Rouge. He has a stomach bug. Oh, no, man. Mr. Rouge, get well, dude. Shout out to Mr. Rouge. Man, stomach bugs are a motherfucker. They're a motherfucker. Well, they can be. Sometimes they go away pretty quickly, and sometimes they're just like, oh my God, it sucks. Shout out to Mr. Rouge. Hope you get better, bro, if you're listening. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Old Man Cad, for the 5, letting me know that. I appreciate that. Let me check on Rumble really quick, and then we're going to have to get into the waifu battle because we're still like 130 away from tier 1, so we might end up losing tier 2 tonight, depending. Let's see. Rumble, we got Torinol with $1. Best sales option. Lean into the controversy. Let the Karens rant and advertise your game for you. Fun fact. That's exactly what happened the first time. Right? That's exactly what happened with the first game. In the first game, we like literally between the people streaming the game and playing it and enjoying it and the people saying to boycott the game, they even made a website to dox streamers who were playing the game. That's how desperate they were. And it didn't work. The website, I believe, got taken down. But still, they got so fucking desperate that they made a website to try to basically either bad about streamers that were streaming the game or put them on some sort of a list. It was very much a Hitler moment. You know, for the people who like to call other people Nazis, they sure fucking like making lists. You know what I'm saying? They love making lists. I find that to be very interesting. But yes, they were making a list of all the streamers that were playing the game and then trying to cancel them over it, which is hilarious. Logan Johnson becoming a member all on his own. Shout out to Logan Johnson. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. All right, boys. This is it. This is it, man. This is genuinely worrisome, but I guess we're going to see how this goes. Let's do the waifu battle and then close up the stream after that. And whatever happens, happens. We got an interesting waifu battle today, considering that yesterday Elvira won the waifu battle. I got a really interesting challenger that's going to go up against her today. So we'll see how this goes. Deadeye's Lock with $1. Half-Life 2 in the works. And I'm sorry, Hogwarts Legacy 2 in the works. And a success cot will follow. If only Collective Gout could get this level of support without screaming the lonely rates. Yeah. I mean, well, let's be real. They don't really get support. They only get support by the people they blow in their government entities. But, you know, that's a whole nother story for another day. All right, boys, let's get into the waifu battle, man. Let's fucking do this. All right, boys, waifu battle is here. We got Grateful Gamer with a 2 coming soon. Warner Brothers presents Shit Libs list. I see what you did there. If you guys missed the last waifu battle, absolutely legendary battle took place, but we do finally have a brand new winner. And that winner is none other than the legendary Elvira, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. She's the winner. She's the winner. With all that being said, let's go over the rules of engagement before we bring out the challenger that's going to go after Elvira's belt. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu. But the only way that is going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You have to put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It does not matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact that you put the name of the waifu, you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2. You can vote for any waifu, regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You can vote for the champion, who is Elvira, or you can vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who is on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It doesn't matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you're going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? I know we don't understand the rules. It's okay. It's okay. I get it. All right, boys, listen. Elvira's the Waifu Battle champion, right? She's the Waifu Battle champion. There is literally only one challenger that I can bring out that would make sense, right? Only one challenger. There is no other challenger that we could bring out that would ever make sense to go up against Elvira if she is champion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger that's going to go up against the one and the only Elvira is going to be the one and the only legendary Morticia from the Addams family, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Elvira or is it going to be Morticia? The names are on the bottom. The names are on the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. Make your choices known because God knows we need it, man. We're getting felted right now. Deadeye's Lock with a 2 immediately voted for Morticia. Immediately. He didn't even wait. He voted right before I showed her. He must have known. That was fast. Sergeant Sapient with a 2 says Morticia with the bleeding heart emoji. Shout out to Sergeant Sapient. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Legendary. Torinals doesn't seem to know who Morticia Addams is from the Addams family. That's not good. That's not good. Morticia Addams is legendary, man. Legendary. Everybody keeps saying it's a tough choice, but I don't know. BioT Wolf 19 with a $100 Red Boy Hyper Banger. The first one of the stream. And he says $50 for Elvira, $50 for Morticia. And now that's tier 1. I don't think that's tier 1. Sadly. We're so far behind. But that definitely helps, though. Shout out to BioT Wolf. Thank you so much for the Red Boy Hyperbanger. It's an even split between both waifus. Miss Bella Games with a 10 says Morticia, of course. Miss Bella Games is a Morticia fan. You love to see it. Shout out to Miss Bella Games. Thank you for the 10. I appreciate it. Genuinely. Frost Puma with a 50 says Morticia with all his chest. Shout out. Logan Johnson with a 2 says Morticia with the double hearts. Very nice. Mr. Spanglish Coffee with a 99. Morticia, querida mia. Shout out to Mr. Spanglish Coffee. Hypnotic and Rapture with a 2. Morticia. Elvira is an ancient bag with TDS. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah, we got I Can Help With That with a 189 says to split it with both. Fair enough. Ali Kusanagi with a $20 banger says Elvira and Morticia split. We got a lot of splits, boys. We got a lot of splits, which means this battle's very close. Even with the Red Boy Hyper Banger, we got a very close battle right now. And then we got Torinol with a 5 says Hypno and the Great Pumpkin. That's crazy. That's insane. Sergeant Sapient with a 5. Morticia. This isn't a waifu battle. This is a goth mommy battle. Pretty accurate. I respect it. Independent Corey with a 2. Elvira. She seduced me to enjoy the horror genre. Very nice. Let's see what happens. This can go any way right now. This can go literally any way right now. Still. Maybe I gotta zoom in. There you go. I have to zoom in a little bit. Black Tailgate with a 5 says Morticia. Damn. Morticia is in the lead, but not by much right now, boys. Not by much. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to bring down good old Morticia. And now we're going to bring out, of course. Hold on. I don't know why it's not working. There we go. Okay. We're going to bring out none other than Elvira, ladies and gentlemen, in her amazing outfit. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Elvira or is it going to be Morticia? Let your choices be known. Black Tailgate with the 5 says Morticia. Silver Brother Like It with a 2 says I'll wait for a good waifu battle. Not ugly hags. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Fallen Angel Zerato with a 666 50-50 split. Both by post, so gotta support both ladies. Might post some Wednesday picks if Morticia wins. Better be Logan says I dig the outfit, but still Morticia. I think we finally passed tier 1. T-Jab, did we pass tier 1? I think we did. Just barely, I think. Did you say Wee Morticia Addams family? Did I? The Addams family came out in 1964. Elvira came out in the 80s. So Morticia's older, you're saying? She's a gilf at this point. Anti-Veterans Paint with a 5 on Rumble. Morticia, Carolyn Jones, the original beautiful, creepy, cookie, mysterious, and spooky lady of the Addams house. I'd make an indecent comment, but Gomez scares me. Yeah, I'd be very careful with Gomez, man. He's like part of the Mexican cartel. I would be very careful. Shout out. Matt says, queef in my mouth, mommy. Holy shit. T-Jab says, tier 1 has been passed. Okay, very good. Thank you, T-Jab. We barely made it. 471 tier 1s in a row. Tier 2 is still up in the air right now. Speedy Cake with a 10. Morticia because Goth Insane Asylum Mommy is better than Goth Witch. In what way? Like in the bedroom? Perhaps. Maybe. Maybe. Format says, Ayo, don't say that shit with my name. I'm sorry. You're not the only Matt. That's hilarious. I want Elvira's melons. You sure about that? Are you sure about that? Holy shit. Logan Johnson just dropped an insane, massive second Red Boy Hyperbanger in the chat. He says, I'll help the cause. Shout out, brother. Holy fuck. But he did not vote for a waifu, so he's just helping to try to get to tier 2, which is also very good. Shout out to Logan Johnson. Thank you, man. Thank you. You got us closer and closer. I appreciate that, bro. If you donate $2, you can throw a name in there if you want. If you want. The Grateful Gamer with a 5 says Morticia. I think she'd be a good wing lady to get Elvira. She's not claimed for. Also, I don't know what Gomez would do if I tried to steal his woman. He'd probably, again, he's part of the Mexican cartel, so I'd be very, very, very scared. What? Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Mr. Rouge with a $500 Red Boy Hyperbanger says Morticia. Oh my God, dude. I'm going to address that in a second. Chaos 7 with a 5. Morticia, another Hallows Eve waifu suggestion. Vampirella. Sorry, I said that wrong. Thank you, Chaos 7. Denariah with a 5. Morticia, no gayness this time. I'm way too tired for that. You're too tired for gayness? No way. Shout out to Denariah. Thank you. Logan Johnson with a 2. Morticia, once again, if it counts. That means that $100 Red Boy that Logan just dropped also counts for Morticia. Oh my God. We need to do the countdown. We need to do the countdown. Oh my God. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, as expected. I didn't think anybody was going to be chair shotting that one, ladies and gentlemen. The last super chat that counts was Logan Johnson for the 2, adding Morticia to the name. And that is it. The waifu battle is over. Mods counted up. But in celebration of Mr. Rouge, Logan Johnson, and of course, BioTWolf, 19. You guys combined with the entire chat has saved tier 2 at the literal last second, ladies and gentlemen. So to celebrate, we are going to bring out the brand new Gingers. The Gingers will be joining the show while the mods are counting it up. You guys are amazing. Shout out to you.
It's a Red Boy Hyper Banger, bitches! Let's bring the ladies in!
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. I told you it was not goth. Why would you think it's goth gingers? It's not goth. It's gingers are by themselves. I went with the mythical setting. I went with like the Lord of the Rings setting. Shout out to you guys, man. Sincerely, Mr. Rouge, Logan Johnson, BioTWolf 19. You know what? Since we have 3 red boys, I'm going to bring out all 3 girls. Fuck it. I don't care.
Oh my god, it's a Red Boy Hyper Banger.
Fuck, he got another donation. Add it to the total.
Oh my god. It's a fucking Red Boy Hyper Banger.
We fucking love Red Boy Hyper Bangers. Thank you, Bigot Army.
The numbers are in. Yeah, we had all 3 girls back to back to back to back. Holy shit, boys. Shout out to you guys, man. In the waifu battle. This wasn't even close, man. What a massacre. What an absolute fucking massacre this was. Oh my god. Oh my god. In the waifu battle, we had Morticia at $576.51 against Elvira with $62.82, which means the winner and the new waifu battle champion is none other than the one and the only Morticia, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, man. Damn. Let's do it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Let's go. And I'm sure at this point, there's got to be somebody coping and seething, I'm sure.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it for the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. Some people are trying to say, who's coping? Oh, there's some people coping in the chat. That's going to be it for the waifu battle. Morticia is going to go backstage, where she will face off against another waifu tomorrow on Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss it. We're going to try to stick to, we'll see if we'll find some more spooky waifus that we can throw into the mix here, since we are in the month of October. Why not? Fuck it. Who cares? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Infernal Hell Knight says, shouldn't that be higher? Did the 100 not count? Infernal Hell Knight, we count based off USD. What the fuck's the word I'm looking for? Conversion. So we do USD conversion for all non-USD currencies, and then we add it up in USD. We've been doing that since like forever. All right, boys. I think we're fully caught up. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. Independent Corey with a 2 says, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. I think he's happy, boys. I think he's happy. Independent Corey is happy. All right, guys. Dude, man, holy shit. You guys are legendary. I was worried there for a second, man. I thought we were about to drop 159 tier 2s in a row. I've never been scared of losing tier 2. But you know what? It's fine. Regardless, thank you guys so much sincerely for all the insane support. Mr. Rouge, that $500 drop was totally unnecessary. But I already know that you're going to tell me to fuck off anyway with that. So thank you guys. Thank you, Mr. Rouge. And sincerely, again, feel better, man. If you are, you have some sort of stomach bug or something, feel better. I know it's not easy to get over that shit, man. So I appreciate you. Please rest and feel better. In terms of Battlefield after this, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I've been cracking out on Battlefield the last like 3-4 nights now. I don't know if I'm gonna do a Griffcast After Dark tonight with Battlefield. If I do, you will obviously know about it fairly soon. But I'm not gonna raid myself or anything. We're just gonna end the stream for right now and see at this point. We'll see at this point whether or not I do a Griffcast. But thank you guys so much sincerely for everything. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream, commented, spammed the chat, super chatted, gifted memberships. I appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you guys as well. But I am out. I am done. I am gone. And I will see you on the next one. Stay to the end for the raid. And until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
Not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you.
kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina. Vagina. Vagina.
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.